Moving up the card, we've got Gina Mazany versus Shanna Young. And to be honest, I don't really care too much about this fight, really. I don't think that the winner of this fight is going to make a run to the top 15 or to the title or anything crazy like that. Two girls that unfortunately haven't had the most successful UFC careers. But Gina Mazany, in her last fight, she fought at 125, I think for the first time in the UFC. And she had a pretty good first round against Priscilla Cachoeira. But in between the first and the second round, all of a sudden her gas tank decided to completely disappear on her. And she did get TKO'd by Priscilla Cachoeira in the second round. Shanna Young, on the other hand, I feel like her UFC run has been not too great, but I feel like it's a little bit unfair to talk too badly down on Shanna Young here, because she fought Macy Chiasson on very short notice and lost her decision to Macy Chiasson, is a pretty good prospect in my opinion, and a very big girl as well. And then she lost to Stephanie Egger by ground and pound. I think that was pretty early on in the fight as well. And Stephanie Egger, very experienced in judo. I do think that Shanna Young actually does possess some sort of a decent striking base, which could pose a problem to Gina Mazany, considering the fact that Gina Mazany has 3 KO losses, and that's not really the best look for any women's fighter, really. Because a lot of these women don't necessarily seem to be finishing fights on the feet by knockout. There's definitely some examples out there like Jessica Andrade and Manon Fiorot, but for the most part, I feel like it's definitely fair of something to say about that. So Gina Mazany, she's very hittable on the feet. She has showed pretty bad gas tank in her flyweight fight last time out, which isn't really too good of a look coming into this one, but I feel like she's still going to be good enough to beat Shanna Young. Shanna Young's path to victory, in my opinion, is to keep the fight on the feet and potentially just abuse the fact that Gina Mazany, especially when she gets tired, her hands do go down and her striking defense definitely isn't too great. But I will be going with Gina Mazany to win the fight. Shanna Young on the feet, though, potentially could be finding some success. But I feel like the girl with more experience inside the UFC is Gina Mazany. She's been in the UFC for a while. She did lose to Macy Chiasson 3 years ago, and then she lost to Julia Avila. Beat Raquel Ostovich, which isn't the greatest win in the world, I guess. But I mean, she's still got to win in the UFC octagon. I feel like she's the one with more experience. It's just a tough fight to kind of call. It's not a fight that I feel like anyone should be laying any kind of money on whatsoever. I will be going Gina Mazany to win a decision in this one. I feel like she will be looking to use the ground game, look to use her wrestling. I know Young does have some sort of wrestling background herself, but I will be trusting in Gina Mazany to take the fight to the ground. And I feel like as soon as she does get the fight to the ground, she could probably keep it there to ride out the rounds and win a decision in that way.